What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Oh, you in my way. You in the way of my big. Oh, no, yo, let me tell y'all, energy. What is this song saying? Listen to the song. Vibe out with me right fast. All right. We might have to leave this down today. Might have to leave this down. All right, we're gonna leave it like that. Welcome, welcome to MIndShift Monday. I don't know if y'all heard me or not while I was fixing that, but we are grooving out. Just look, we all set the vibes. We are going to set the vibes today in this 3D world. We are in a new year, 2023, definitely 2023. And I want to say welcome aboard. Welcome to this ride, this wave, this energy, this new vibration, this new level. And we are already coming in. Um, Definitely want to give thanks and be full of gratitude and just say thank you for everybody that tuned in to the past 3 MindShift Mondays. If you're on Facebook, I think I say this on each live. If you're on Facebook, if you're on Facebook, you can comment in the comments, you can like, you can share, all those type of things. But I may not be able to see your comments, okay? So if you want to head over to YouTube, you can. At the same time, if you're on Twitter, it's the same thing. But we're gonna go ahead and get this started. I'm not gonna keep y'all for too long. Um, but today we are talking about repeating habits, patterns, and everlasting changes. This is not a boring topic. I know the topic people might read and they be like, you got what else is she trying to teach us? I'm really not trying to teach anything. I might be, I might not, but this is something that we all learn together. So as I'm getting this information, I'm just sharing it along the way. That's why it's called Leading While Learning. Okay. Leading While Learning. That's the name of my book. All right. That's the name of my platform that I'm getting ready to bring out. So, with that being said, everything that I learned, I, I go ahead and try and implement it, or what I have learned through experience, I go ahead and push it out. That way, everyone can go ahead and, acclimate how they need to, and you should do the same thing with things that you learn because there's somebody that is paying attention to you, or there's just somebody in general that needs the information that you have. All right. And you might as well share it on Leading While Learning platform. All right. So I'm going to have more information coming with that. Link is definitely going to be back up very soon. And in the meantime, I just want to say welcome to MindShift Monday. Let's get started. But let's go ahead and vibe out to some tunes, right? You gotta, there's a certain type of energy you're going to need to have. First, you're going to be able to know how to breathe. All right, going throughout this year, going throughout this energy. We're already coming in. I think we ended 2022. Let's see, Barbara Walters transition, the Pope, and then we came in with Gangsta Boo. So we gotta, you know, it's it's not playing with us. God is not playing with us. The Most High is not playing with us. Like our purpose is not playing with us. Our promise is not playing with us. So we need to shift and make sure that we are walking in accordance with what we are really here to do. All right. Because is it forever or is it right now? All right. Those are the things we really got to ask ourselves. And so getting into this topic, I just wanted to play some things. As always, this is definitely a heart-based frequency that we are streaming through. So all of my words, all of my intentions, everything that has been set and what I'm speaking on is definitely coming from the heart. and from the Most High. So, with that being said, um, yeah, let's go ahead and groove. Just a few more minutes, and we're gonna go ahead and jump in. I just want y'all to kind of get a little, woo, woo. Hey. All right, y'all. So I ain't gonna hold y'all. So look, that's one of my fave. You know, YouTube has some really good mixes. And so there's this guy that just travels and he just does all these live streams of DJing and mixing like all over the world. So that's the beauty of 2023. Let's talk about that right now and just like the whole stream of 2023, right? The whole purpose for 2023 is dealing with channeling beauty, inspiring art, okay, bringing those things out into the world. And so I know a lot of people like, well, I ain't no artist, I don't really do too much of all that stuff. Well, you don't necessarily have to be an artist, you don't have to be necessarily creative in a way, but you are. There are a lot of things that we really don't know about ourselves until we actually go forward and do it. All right, so with that, with this mind shift set, all right, the same way how you got to exercise your body, we are exercising our mind, our actions, and we are really going to bring about the changes that we want to see in our lives. And if you're already making those changes, then kudos to you. I salute you. And go ahead and make sure that, you know, if someone else is paying attention to you, that they are in that vibration as well to say, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and make the changes I need to make as well. All right. So 2023, inspiring beauty, art, really taking time for yourself, really nurturing yourself, really saying, you know what, this year, I'm going to do what I said I've been saying I'm going to do for myself. Okay. Whatever that is for you. I'm not sure what it is. You might decide you want more appointments at the spa more. You might go to the sauna for the first time. You might do some things for your body. You might just decide you want to drink more water. Thinking about that, let's go ahead and drink more water because lately, because it's so dry outside and because the energy is where it is and the seasons change, we have to make sure we stay hydrated because dehydration is usually the first thing that leads to illness in the body outside of emotions. And that plays a big part in repeating habits, patterns, and the changes that need to be made. All right. So usually within the new year, and if I'm jumping around, just, you know, just stay with me. But usually within the new year, everybody is making resolutions, everybody's signing up to go to the gym, everybody is doing something new. You know, you left whatever in 2022. And so now you are like, hey, I'm in 2023, I'm back. And I really, really want to make sure that I do exactly what I say I'm going to do. And so it starts off, right? Everybody usually has a momentum. They like, yeah, 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 yeah. And then by the time we get to the spring or even to the beginning of February, a lot of people have already lost that energy. They don't lost that momentum. They don't lost that endurance. They've lost the ability to foresee themselves doing the things they said they were going to do. And that's okay. You know, things happen, things change in life, things shift. In the world that we're living in today, the pandemic didn't not only to teach you that, but just living taught us that, you know, whether it was, again, dealing with grief and dealing with loss and just transitioning, because the world does not sit still for you to be able to take the time for yourself to embrace the things and the changes that you need to make. All right. So you have to keep going. All right. And I always remind people that we are in that time as well where it is similar to that movie Left Behind or whatnot. you know, and you just have to go back and look at it and then really pay attention to the world or what and what's really going on around us. All right. So I also want to give an example, right? So I was thinking about these two movies, The Truman Show. Y'all remember The Truman Show? Let me add this in here. Y'all remember The Truman Show? The Truman Show, right? Jim Carrey, he's sleeping good, live on TV, right? And he just going about his day. I wish I could have showed like a little clip, but he just decided to just, he going about his day, doesn't know he's being recorded. Everybody's looking at him every single day, and he's just like, la la la, glad to have my coffee, la la la, I'm waking up, going to work, doing the same thing over and over again. And that's okay, right? But the thing was, he realized that things like it was just the same thing over and over again. And so honestly, I'm gonna be straight up with you. 2023, I feel like it's going to feel that way unless you really, really, really dig deep within yourself and say and make the changes every day. Make some type of small change. Be intentional with the changes that you want to make. All right. So the Truman Show, like I said, every day in 2023, what can you do to just acknowledge like habits that you have, patterns that you have that you're like, you know what? I said I was gonna release this like years ago, or let some mid last year, or for 2023, I didn't bring that with me. So what can I do to not only still acknowledge that? What can I do to make sure that I am have enough compassion for myself to that if I do fall off the wagon and I wake up and have to do it again, Truman Show, that I'm gonna move forward and say, you know what, this time is going to be better. Because literally every day that we open our eyes, every day that we blink our eyes, we literally have a chance to get it right, or to do what we said we were going to do, or to be lined up with our purpose and our promise in life. All right. Because again, the thing is it forever or is it right now? Okay. Like I thought about that, came to me earlier. Like, is it really forever or is it right now? Right now is forever. Like each moment that we're in is literally the same thing over and over again. Nothing, the only thing that changes is just the rotation of how we do things, the synchronicities, all the movements of like people interacting with each other, but the sun still goes, sets, and the moon sets and rises, and the planets of revolve and evolve, and the nature changes, the seasons change, right? But it's still the same things. So with that, repeating habits. Let's get into that. Oh, and one more show. I also want to let me show you another movie. Now, if y'all haven't seen these movies, then go check them out. But the next movie that is similar to the Truman Show, and it's a lot of other movies out there that are just like this, right? But is something new, is Naked with Marlon Wayans. Okay. This movie right here is about him pretty much waking up. He passes out in the elevator, and he literally has to wake up every day. Every day he wakes up, like he literally has to make it to the elevator, and throughout his day, he has to have made the change that he needs to make for him to shift into his new reality or into his new self, like the things that he really wants to do. But each time he wakes up, he realizes, dang, I got to do it again. So it's like it's wild. You have to go check it out. You have to look at it. It's the same thing as the Truman Show. You're waking up and doing the same thing over and over again. But the thing is, you don't have to feel anyway about the fact that you have to do something over and over again. That actually, the repetition is what builds the habits. That's why a lot of people are addicted to things, right? That's why we have addictions to emotions, to feelings, to food to drugs, because we have repeated these same habits over and over again and literally created like a foundation, like a nice foundation of habit, of patterns, right? And so if you created a foundation of habits, if you created a foundation of habits and patterns, then how hard is that foundation? Like you really, like for you to really break those habits and those patterns, what do you really need to do? You know, that's like saying you made a foundation for a home and now you need to break through it. Okay. So building on those same habits, patterns, it can become an addiction. It's like being addicted to, like I said, drugs or sweets, you know, sugars, or just the same emotion. You know, the same time every month, you might be a type of person, or somebody you know may be the type of person that gets mad the same time every month because of a certain issue that they have with themselves, or that they don't even know they have, or whatnot. It's just that it's just this thing that they do, or whatnot. And so, and it's because they may not even know how to deal with those emotions or whatnot. So my thing for everyone, or just even for myself, I say for myself, let me tell you what I came in here saying I was going to do. My biggest thing, first of all, my biggest thing is one, to make sure that I am hydrated. And every time I say that, I'm going to drink some water. So y'all drink that too. Especially since I'm doing all this talking. Anyway, my biggest thing was doing exactly what I'm doing right now, MIndShift Monday, knowing that it's something that I need to do and I need to get comfortable doing it. And all these different feelings and emotions are going to come up for you. You can sabotage the smallest things, right? By just finding something else to do. Oh, I know I need to edit these videos as soon as I finish this live stream so I can have some clips, right? But then there might be something that comes up and say, well, if you just do this, like the things that seem like they're easier to you is what you're going to do versus the thing that seems like it's the hardest. And it's probably the simplest thing to do, you know. And that's where sabotage comes into play, which is why you have to be intentional but also compassionate with yourself, so that way you can observe exactly. I hope y'all hear me. But so that you can observe exactly what's going on. Oh my goodness. All right, y'all. I hope y'all could hear me the whole time. If y'all couldn't hear me, it's due to my little thing being on for some reason, my Bluetooth. And we're just going to have to do this live over, or I'm going to record it. But anyway, let's go ahead and keep it moving. So, going forward, the main thing is you have to make sure that whatever it is that we're doing, that we literally have to like create the actions every single day to break through that foundation that we've already set for ourselves with the habits and the patterns that we've created. Okay, so when you're moving forward in 2023, a main thing that you want to recall within yourself every day, you know, when you create your day, because we create our day every moment within our day. When we wake up, depending on how you're waking up and what's going on, you are creating your day. And no matter how you wake up, you could wake up due to some type of foreseen event or whatnot. But depending on your mindset and how you are and where you are, you know, whether you're full of gratitude, you know, sometimes you just got to be in the moment of where you are. So if you are in disbelief, if you are in bereavement, if you are in a certain space that isn't to the highest of like being happy and all those things, I don't want to bypass the fact that we have all these different emotions. The biggest thing is just being honest with yourself and saying, hey, today, this is my goal. This is what I want to do for myself. You're honoring yourself every time you do something that is for yourself, that will bring the best of you out. What is something that you haven't done for yourself that you really want to put into place to do? It could be as easy as signing up for a class. It could be as easy as going for a walk every day. It could be anything. I don't know. Like I said, the biggest thing for me, I decided was I want to go a year without synthetic sugars. Okay. And just deal with fruits, vegetables, like the sugars that come from fruits and vegetables. Okay. Because I want to see the difference in my body and just everything that my body needs for it to heal. Now, of course, dealing with the mind, you can literally eat anything. It's like, just now I know some people gonna be like, how you gonna compare somebody to Jesus? Look, the mind is powerful. So someone can literally sit up here and drink alcohol all day, and literally the body, because they drinking it so much, the body is now like, hey, this is our water. I mean, as long as you just do a few things to just make sure that we're right, then you can keep doing it. Now I'm not condoning, like, look, let's not take it there. The basis of the point is the mind is powerful, and whatever you decide to do, the mind is going to say, all right, this is what we're doing, and it's going to go forward, and it's going to everything is going to conspire to make sure that it is in alignment with what your intention is. Now, if for any reason you don't believe in yourself, or you don't believe in the fact that you can accomplish a thing or make something happen, then you're going to run into those circumstances, and you're going to be tried. Okay. You're going to run into situations where it's like, all right, you say you want to do this. All right. Which was why, even in this movie, okay, it's called Naked for a reason. You're out here just trying to make it happen, trying to make the best of whatever the intentions that you set for yourself, but at the same time having compassion for yourself, because every day is different, and we mess up. Okay. We mess up, and we got to keep it real with ourselves. So just to break into certain things so I can stay on point, let's just stick to a few things. Okay, so our body, when dealing with habits and patterns, again, habits and patterns are due to addictions. These addictions can show up in our bodies. They can show up in our emotions. You could be so used to being a certain way emotionally, reacting a certain way. That's a good one. Reactions, making a certain choice all the time, knowing that you can make a better choice. Okay. But emotions, being angry or reacting every time a specific person calls you, or, a specific thing happens at work, or just anything. But that reaction literally creates your reality stream to say, hey, this is obviously something they like, because they keep doing it. So your reality is your reality, and all the events that are occurring in your life are going to subtly continue to present that. You ever seen somebody that just like every time you turn around, they just like going off on somebody or angry? It's an addiction. It's an addiction. And that happens in relationships as well. It's an addiction. Okay. So those are things that we just have to pay attention to. And that's all I'm doing. I'm just bringing things to the forefront of how we can pay attention to our habits and the patterns that we've created, that foundation, so that way we can break through and literally lay another foundation intentionally. Because before, you may not have had someone to really sit down with you and say, hey, 1 + 1 is 2. If you do this continually, it's going to create this outcome. All right. So that's the same thing with success. If you do the same thing, it's practice. Practice makes perfect. The more you practice doing something, the habits, the patterns, the more It will become a part of your cellular memory. This is what the body comes in. All right. And this is so powerful because imagine the fact that we do things over and over again, and your body literally codes that in your DNA. It literally upgrades you within your body, within your purpose, within your cells, within your plasma. It has a memory. Okay. And it literally will code this into you. And every time you have a certain reaction or you do a certain thing, it's like a time bomb. It's like a ticking time thing. It's gonna pull it up, like, oh, this feeling. Oh, we're about to do this workout. Let's go ahead and, that energy. You're pulling from a reservoir in a way. Okay. So dealing with our bodies, that's why we have to be mindful of the things that we are addicted to. And like, say, okay, you looked at 8 hours of a Netflix show, like, I'm going to be, I looked at Kaleidoscope yesterday. This is a very vulnerable moment, guys. Okay. I looked at Kaleidoscope yesterday, and on Netflix, it's a show, a series or whatever. And literally, I realized that that was literally a whole 8-hour workday. Like, you literally could just split it up in four. You could have did 4 hours of work, 4 hours of, okay, I'm gonna watch this. But that's all part. And I rarely really look at a lot of series, but it's the habit of, once you start, you can't stop, because now you're looking for something else to satisfy that space. Okay, because now your memory, your mind is like, well, we do this, we did this for 8 hours. Usually you might be at work or you might be doing something else, but your focus, for 8 hours or for 4 hours, sometimes we just look at this movie or this series on this thing that you always clicking on, and that's what we're used to. So once you recognize that, it's just like social media. That's why for a long time, a lot of people were saying that social media is addicting and that it's no good for children. And that a lot of people, a lot of billionaires or people who own these platforms don't even let their children be on these platforms. Why? Because they know the psychology that goes into creating a space that makes people want to do the same thing over and over again. They know the psychology of addiction. All right. Now, does this mean that this is what they're doing on purpose? Even if it was, you still have the power to say, I am going to allocate my time a certain way, and I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to fall into that, because we all have been there. You scrolling, and next thing you know, 12 hours go by. 12 hours went by, 2 hours, 1 hour later. It's like SpongeBob, like 3 hours later. And you've literally went into this abyss of social media, liking things, laughing. Okay. And yes, it fulfills a certain thing, but we're talking about repeating habits, patterns, and that everlasting change. So eventually you're going to have to create and be intentional and create exactly what you want to see or how you see yourself being. So that way, again, you break through that old foundation, you lay a new foundation with some new concrete, some new things. Okay. And then you move forward powerfully saying, all right, this is my new way of being. And you evolve through that. And that's where the everlasting changes come from. Because, working out for the sake of just losing weight is fine. But what about your forever life? Okay, right now. Like, literally, is it just going to be, I need to lose weight for 30 days? Or is it, I want to live a lifestyle where I'm healthy? Is it just oh, I just need to do this for right now? Like, is it just only for 30 days type thing, or is this for forever thing? These are the differences in how we can create the everlasting change that's needed. All right. So just to go ahead and wind this down, basically our thoughts, our actions, everything, all those different things repeat the habits and patterns that create addictions. All right. So what is your real expectation for 2023? Not even just for 2023, in life in general. And even if you don't feel like you have an expectation, even if you don't feel like you really know truly where and how you want to move about. Some people are retiring and they're just like, you know what? I just want to be still. I just want to enjoy life. Y'all can do all of that other extra stuff that needs to be done in the world, but I just want to enjoy life. And you deserve to do that. Okay. So everybody is in different cycles and different phases in their life, but eventually the question will come up: how do you really want to set your life up? What type of habits and patterns will create that lifestyle, and not just a 30 days notice of I need to lose weight right now, or not just a 30 days of I just need to do this, right now. That might work for right now, but what is forever for you? Okay. That's how you really know the changes are real. All right. And of course, we make changes, we change things, we shift. That's what mind shift is about. Things change. You might get older and decide, hey, I'm going to let go of this and I'm going to exchange it for that. Like, that's the beauty of life, and that's the beauty of evolving. You know, being able to make changes as needed. All right. It's just like cooking a recipe. I need a little salt. I need a little cayenne pepper. I need a little lemon. I need a little garlic, onion powder. I need 3 cups of pasta, some gravy. Like, you get to put the ingredients in there as much and as less as you need and create a beautiful dish. All right. And then the beauty of creating dishes and recipes is that you can create different ones for different things. All right. So don't let me overload and just get you all amped about creating, and deciding, okay, for my health, I want to make sure I'm hydrated, make sure I eat more fruits, okay, and less sugary foods. Okay, less insomnia cookie, more apples. Like, this is the recipe. This is how we can create that and move forward with anything in our life, even with dealing with success, dealing with our goals. I want to write more. I want to write 10 minutes a day every day. I want to read for 30 minutes every day. It's the lighter things, the things that you can interchange, the recipes that you create. Like, literally, you can get a board or some paper and you draw columns and you say my health recipe, my daily goals recipe. What is the recipe for you reaching your ultimate goal, whether it's a 1-year goal, 2-year goal, a lifestyle goal? What is it? And again, like I said, you can change that recipe at any time. All right. So again, so I kind of already went over the fact of, do you really want to make everlasting changes, or do you want to continue semi reaching the goal? Okay. And again, I'm saying this only due to the fact that I write things out before I do these live streams. So usually I've already sat with myself and gone through these emotions for me to even come up with these questions, because these are questions I was asking myself. And so I'm just sharing it with people who may need that encouragement, who may need that enlightenment, who may need that empowerment to say, hey, you know what? I can't create my own recipe for my health, for my wealth, for everything that I need to do in my life, period. No matter what age you are, like, you don't have to be a certain age or whatnot, because everybody is literally making changes every day. All right. Having more compassion for yourself. What type of person do you want to be? And some things require a little bit more time, but you can literally, you don't have to do it all at one time. You can literally say, you know what, more compassion, integrity. And every day that something pops up in your mind, you write it in that space. All right. And then eventually, you'll say, you know what, I'm full, I'm good right there. And then you go ahead and each day you implement a piece of that. What does it take for you to do these certain things? It's the thing that you build up into, and you take time with yourself, you have compassion with yourself, and you strive and you move forward. Okay. So, all right. So again, I appreciate everybody for tuning in, whether you're on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. I didn't stream the Instagram today, but in the meantime, again, just a reminder, we are in the 2020s decade. It's about the vision. What type of vision do you have for yourself, for the people that you are around, your environment, just anything like in life in general? What type of vision do you have? The 2020 vision is in full effect. Not only that, but what do you see in the world, and what type of changes, no matter how small or big, do you really want to make for yourself? Because whether we know it or not, and a lot of people don't really know this, or they know it, but we don't really think about it this way. But the changes that we make within ourselves, because we are all connected and in synchronicity in some type of way, the small changes that we make within ourselves literally create a ripple effect for other people to be inspired to do the same thing. And it may not, a person doesn't necessarily even have to know you or see you to know that the things that you've gone through for you to make certain changes. They can just identify with the fact that they see you doing something. Okay. And they're like, you know what? Like, that's motivating. Like, I can do that. Or I can do this. Or I can change something in my life. All right. So, yeah. And again, like I said, it's literally going to feel like the energy is so high right now, that it's going to feel like either the Truman Show or Naked, okay, with Marlon Wayans. So just be mindful to make sure that you take time for yourself, that you breathe, that you take time to breathe. A lot of times we forget we breathe, and we like, oh, God handling that. Our autonomous systems are handling that. Who thinks about breathing? Yeah, you don't think about breathing until you need to breathe. And that's the problem with a lot of things that we do in the world. We don't really think about certain things until we really need it or need to access it, you know? So with that being said, make sure you take time for yourself to breathe. Make sure you take time, take you a nice bath, a nice shower. Take time for yourself to meditate, whether you're sitting still meditating like this, or whether you're just writing, whether you're going for a walk, or just enjoying the day. Get the sun, even when the clouds are out, even if it's raining. Take time for yourself as much as you can to ground yourself in nature and in your surroundings, and just be grateful for where you are and for what you have, and for where you want to hit, where you want to head. And even if you don't know where exactly you want to be, you have some type of idea. But that foundation that has been created from those habits and those patterns have created they can create an everlasting change if you go ahead and decide, you know what, that little drill they be having when you driving by and they are in traffic and they're doing construction, and it's like that drill that drills through concrete. Yeah, that's the one you need. That's the one that we need to make these everlasting changes. And then we lay a nice smooth foundation with the recipe. Okay? Recipes. Just remember that. All right. So with that being said, I appreciate y'all. And MIndShift Monday, every Monday. If y'all have anything, for some reason, if you, I see a comment. Thanks. I appreciate it. Okay, Facebook coming through. So again, if you all have any topics or things that you want to discuss, or even that you would like for me to speak on, feel free to drop it below or in the comment area, or however the case may be. Just keep coming through, like, share, subscribe. YouTube, most definitely, because I'm not even gonna speak on it, because guess what I'm doing, guys? I'm doing what I'm telling you, or showing, I'm showing you basically through my actions what repeating habits, patterns, and everlasting change is going to look like for me. So hopefully my journey of effective self-leadership will inspire you. Again, it's leading while learning. If you see the logo right there, right there. And yeah, so we're going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and take myself out, but we're going to groove to my own music, because we came into some cool vibes. And again, I appreciate y'all, and have a great, phenomenal, let this MIndShift Monday be the start of not a mundane week. Okay, one more thing. The way that we do things is based off of the words of how we exude things. Now, of course, there's always somebody that's like, it ain't even that deep. It ain't even that serious. Okay, well, I'm being intentional. I don't really care for the word week or weekend, because, like, you want to strengthen yourself. Okay, you want to be strengthened. You want to be empowered. All right. Again, we're dealing with living cells, living everything. All right, a whole electrical circuit of a body, of how powerful we are. And we go out here in the world every day, and literally we all just mesh, and all this energy and thoughts, everything is created based off of what everybody is doing, that ripple effect. Okay, so again, more than anything, I forgot what I was gonna say. So just take care of yourself. And I'm going to go ahead and just play this vibe, because at the end of the day, it's all about your intentions. It's about power, the power that we have within ourselves and what we can bring out into the world. And I'm out of here, y'all. So I will see y'all later. Peace.
Trying to stay on my feet. It's a cold world, ain't shit sweet. Survival of the fittest when you out in these streets. It's all about the money and the power. 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 It's your boy Bill Santa.
Shawty, ain't shit changed. It's just a different day. I'm working like a slave. I bend my knees and then I pray. It's like we living for today and ain't no hope for tomorrow. Just gunshots and mamas crying and broken bottles. Really, this ain't living. Knowledge, that's a given. I can't fight the feeling. We trapped like a prison.
If you know what I'm saying, do your homework. If you're trapped doing numbers, you got your own work. Yeah, make the money, but the money don't make me. Jealousy and envy, now these niggas hate me. Plotting on another man. I don't think you understand. You won't eat. I'm just trying to hustle, trying to stay on my feet. It's a cold world, ain't shit sweet. Survival of the fittest when you out in these streets. It's all about the money and the power. It's all about the money and the power. It's all about the money and the power.
you flying high? No private jets, just high and by in the clouds flying by. I'm on the airlift, man, I'm out of here. Loving how the world is one when a new dance come out. That part be so hard, that way get paid. Lyrically, telepathically, and magnetizing everything. You know I'm from the A. We getting bread, we eating cake, so it's okay. I got my mind on my money on my. You gotta be there if you really want it. Gotta survive to thrive. That's just the way it is. And if you knew your purpose, then you would truly
If
live.
it don't work, then you won't eat. I'm just tryna hustle, tryna stay on my feet. It's a cold world, ain't shit sweet. Survival of the fittest when you out in these streets. It's all about the money.